position on the floor. Gently begin to open your eyes and gaze softly straight up to the ceiling. And start to notice what you can see in the very periphery of your vision. All around the edges, let your gaze soften and open your visual field. Then look straight up towards your eyebrows. Almost like you're reaching the gaze towards the crown of the head. Very slowly roll the eyes around the periphery without moving your head and look to the left as far as you can. And keep going, roll down to look towards your cheeks below. Roll to the right. Look as far to the right as you can. Back up towards the eyebrows. Keep going, do 2 more rotations. Very slowly, just of the eyeballs. Notice all that you see. And if any tension creeps in other parts of the body, on an exhale, let it go. Try to maintain an even breath. Notice the sensation of the eyes and the back of the eyes as you move them in this way. When you get back to the very top, looking up, close your eyes and open them, looking straight up to the sky a few times, maybe like squint. And again, soften your gaze, broaden your visual field, notice the periphery of your vision. It's a very ambiguous gaze, not focused. And slowly start to look straight up. You're trying to look behind you almost. And rotate this time to the right, slowly. Down towards your nose and cheeks. Left, back up to the right. Continue 2 more rotations in this direction. All the while, letting the body be heavy into the floor. If there's any place in the movement that feels particularly choppy, try and stay there to smooth it out. Once you end up back at the starting position, looking back behind you, up towards the eyebrows, close the eyes. Look straight up, open and close them, blinking or squeezing several times. Just with the eyes closed for a moment, feel the back of the head. Back of the head touching the ground like a bowl resting on a table. Imagine like honey is dripping right between your eyebrows, down and pooling into the back of the skull. Let your awareness sink from the eyes and the face down into the back of the head. Let the sensation of feeling the back of the body spread to your shoulders, rib cage, pelvis, arms, and feet. You're resting on a squishy pad that allows the body to imprint gently. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth with a sigh, let the body get heavy. Do that 2 more times. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Feel the sensations of the body resting on the floor. Feel where the body meets the floor and also that mid layer of the body. It's not the top near the surface, near the skin, but deep within. And take a few breaths. Feeling your body being a body. Gently begin to open the eyes, very slowly, just letting a little light in. Heavy curtain being drawn open. Take a breath with the eyelids open. Notice how you can see and feel at the same time. Push into the feet gently to start to bring the knees apart. Bring the legs parallel, the feet flat on the floor. Take an inhale into the upper back. On an exhale, peel your head away from the floor. Draw your chin in towards your sternum and look between your thighs. Maybe even lift up so much that your shoulder blades come off the floor. On an exhale, lower back down. Changing the breath rhythm, take an inhale to prepare. On an exhale or hold the breath, curl the back of the head. Take the chin is reaching towards the belly button. Lift the upper back, maybe even lift the shoulders, maybe arms as well. And then gently lower down, keeping the movement smooth and controlled. 2 more times. Inhale to prepare. Hold the breath. Lift the back of the head. Curl the chin in. Keep lifting, lifting, lifting. Maybe the shoulder blades come off. Maybe arms come off. Maybe the upper back comes off. Or you can stay shoulder blades, just the head, anywhere. Lower down. Exhale. Last round. Inhale to prepare. Hold the breath. Lift the head. Breath, lift the head, reach the chin, look towards the legs, lift shoulder blades, lift arms, reach, 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 try to get your lower ribs towards your thighs, and exhale, lower all the way back down, and gently let the knees sway from side to side. As you continue, when the knees come right, you can lift the left leg and keep going. So it's just a little bit larger of a movement, like you're bringing the top knee towards the opposite hand. Bring your body back to center. Draw both knees in towards your chest, hands to the knees or tops of the shins. And just give a little sway from side to side. You can bring the hands to the kneecaps, palms to the kneecaps, and just make nice rotation like stirring a large pot of soup. Go one direction and then the other. Bring your body back to center, hands to the tops of the shins. Take a nice inhale. Like we did before, hold the breath, lift the back of the head, draw the chin in, maybe forehead towards your knees, make a little ball. Exhale, lower down. Move the thighs away from you as you come down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, draw thighs in, lift your head, make a little ball, squeeze. Come down. So inhale, you open. Exhale, come up. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl in. If you want to add more, inhale, arms come overhead. Maybe the thighs and feet move away from you a little more. Exhale, hug in. Inhale, open. Keep the back on the floor. Exhale. Inhale. Keep the lower back on the floor. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Maybe start to extend the legs if you want a little more. Exhale, hug in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hug in. And release. Head and shoulders into the floor. Maybe a little movement. The legs can go in opposite directions of each other. We'll roll off to one side and come up into a table pose. So you're on hands and knees. Spread the fingers a little bit less than as far apart as they go. So your thumbs and pointed fingers make more like a J than an L. Spin the elbows so that the soft elbow eye points in towards each other. Another way to do that is you can bend the elbows and make sure they point straight back. We don't want them out to the side, straight back. Curl the toes under. Wrists are in beneath or just slightly like an inch in front of the shoulders. Gaze is straight down. So the back of the neck is not crunched. Gaze straight down. Then reach the tailbone. Pull the low belly in towards the spine. And extend out the tail and out the crown of the head. One long line. Take a nice deep inhale. On an exhale, push into the toes and the hands and lift the knees off of the floor. Then it's like trying to pull the knees and the wrists towards each other. Gaze straight down. Big breath into the lungs, upper back, mid back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Gently place the knees down. Tops of the feet down. And bring your knees a little wider. Big toes together. And let your hips come back towards your heels. Hairline or forehead to the floor. Child's pose. Big breath. Inhale. Exhale. To come out, push the hands down. That'll lift the head and chest. Come back to a table pose. Walk the hands back towards your knees. Curl the toes under. Lift the knees and stick the butt out behind you like you're going to sit into a chair. If this feels like way too much of a reach, bring the hands onto blocks, going for thighs to be parallel to the floor. So it's not straight. Really reach back. Push into the heels of your feet. Think about your upper thighs and glutes pulling in, squeezing the midline. Hands on blocks or on the floor. Keep bending the knees, but then it's like they're trying to straighten. Nice deep squat. Big breath in. And out. Nice. To come up, push the hands into the blocks of the floor. Straighten the legs in one motion, come to standing. Just pause there for a moment, or you can give a little shake, bounce. Last thing. Come to stand in a wide second position. Heels and toes out. Bend the knees so that they track over the arches of the feet and the toes so they're not coming in. Bring the hands together. Think about like a weighted line dropping right through the center of the pelvis. So try not to tip forward. And start with just some micro movements. Bending, moving a little straighter, pulsing bounce. Push into the heels of the feet. Think about the thigh bones rotating away from the midline of the body. So there's external rotation in the hip sockets. Little bounce, little bounce. Nice, even breathing. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, maybe come a little lower. Hold for 5, breathe, 4, 3, 2, 1. On an inhale, push into your feet, extend your legs, turn the toes in, reach. Bring your hands to your hips. Keep the feet parallel. And start to move forward from the pelvis, tilting over the tops of the legs until you come into a standing forward fold. Hands to the floor, or if that's too far, to blocks. Push down equally into the inner and outer edges of the feet. And let your spine cascade forward. Give a little shake of your head and neck. Nice breathing. So come up, bend your knees a little, and then push down. Grab your dumbbells. Heel toe the feet in. So they're now just wider than hip distance. You can try to lift the toes and sink into all 4 corners of the feet. Then place the toes down. We're going to take standing nice and tall, same that weighted line, so the bodies and spine are very tall. There's no tilting forward or hunching back. Drop the dumbbells into the chest. Rotate them, lift overhead. Lower and down. Keep everything in the body as still as possible, looking straight forward. Steady movement, especially when you come out of lowering the dumbbells. That's where there's a lot of strength building possible as you're resisting the movement with the muscles. Three more. Push the feet down, keep the knees a little soft, they're not hyperextending. Last one. Beautiful. And turn if you want, or you can stay facing this way. I'm going to turn so you can see me. Coming back to that similar position, bend the knees, weight into the heels, sink the butt back. Draw the dumbbells in towards your shoulders, and one at a time, extend the arm back until you can. When you reach this point, a little lift, lower, bend. Just alternating sides. Extend, lift, bend, lift. Once you feel more comfortable and adept with it, the movement can smooth out. It's really about that end lift for the triceps. Lift. more each side. One more each side, let's do that. Nice. Lower down. You need to just kind of release the shoulders, hold the weights lightly, make little circles. You can always just put them down for a moment. Shake out the arms. Ending back in that wide second position we started in. Bend the knees. Just get a sense of how wide your feet need to be. If you're trying to bend them a lot and they're too close together, it'll strain. So to make it a nice wide stance, 3+ feet apart. Push into the heels. Drop the weight of the pelvis straight down. Grab the weights. And adding this together. So a little pulse in the legs. And then curl in. Overhead. Down. Down. Multitasking. Curl in. Overhead. Lower. Down. Curl in. Overhead. Lower with control. Down. Curl in. Overhead. Lower. Down. Couple more. Curl in. Overhead. Lower. Down. Curl in. Knees tracking away from the center. Overhead. Lower. Down. 2 more. Curl in. Overhead. Lower. Down. Last one. Curl in. Overhead. Lower. And down. Extend the legs by pushing into the heels. Release the weights. Bring your feet back closer to hip distance parallel. And just some shakes. Bouncing the knees, let the arms go. Really just let it all go. Final thing to end. Legs parallel on an inhale, sweep the arms. Maybe a little gaze up or more diagonal. On an exhale, bend the knees, release the upper body. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Really let it go. Pay less attention to me, more attention to you. Inhale. Couple more. Last one. Inhale up. Reach through the fingertips. Tall, 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 like a tall pillar. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Close the eyes for a moment. Stand tall with dignity. Respect. Take a few moments if you like. You can sit quietly.